What wages would be available to file for the ERC if wages have been used for the PPP loan? So just to explain this a little bit, typically you'll have your ERC eligibility window within a period that PPP is happening as well. And basically, if you have an overlap in your PPP forgiveness application, your covered period, so say it's, part of Q2 2020 and Q2 2020 is qualifying for ERC, the wage base that was used for the PPP forgiveness is not going to be eligible for the ERC. Now, for the most part, most businesses paid more wages within that covered period for a PPP than the amount that they needed to use for forgiveness. So say, your average, I'm just going to make up an example. The company had a wage base of, they paid $200,000 during Q2 20, but they only got a PPP loan of $130,000. So you've got a $70,000 chunk that wasn't applied towards PPP that, if you're eligible for ERC in Q2 of 20, is available towards that ERC calculation, because that 130 that was subject to the PPP has been eaten up. But then you've got that 70 left over, and then the 130 plus 70 equals the 200 total wages that you paid. So that's kind of the basic mechanism of it. And then you would just need to do the allocations based on the pay dates, as well as any related parties who don't qualify for ERC anyway, but those related parties very likely did qualify for PPP. So you have to kind of work through all of that allocation. But that's why typically I said, 90% of the cases that I work on have both. PPP does interact. Does it wipe out all the ERC? Usually not. There's usually some left over. So that's why it's good to, have somebody actually do the allocation and see what it is.